Well, I can remember a few years ago now reading an article in a Sunday paper about how people working in the tech industry in the Silicon Valley, especially in California, were working many hours, a lot of overtime, putting all that energy into their jobs, that it was costing them time with their family, with their spouses, with their children. And I can remember the banner headline for the article was, something like, in California, a new generation of workaholics, okay? But then underneath, the smaller line was, 1 million doesn't go as far as it used to. Now, that's $1 million. And so I think the scriptures this weekend give us a moment to reflect on our relationship with wealth, with material goods. Are these things that we certainly enjoy, can make our life more comfortable, but do they rule us? Do they control us? Are they an idol that we have put ahead of God and family and other things in our lives? What's our relationship with our wealth, and how do we prioritize those things that are really important to us? And we can evaluate, I think, well, are we able to live without certain things and still be fulfilled and happy in our lives? For a long time I thought I couldn't live without a car with leather seats. Okay. Now, turns out I can live just fine without leather seats. It's the WeatherTech stuff that I really rely on. But and the thing is, some of the stuff that we put all of this stock in, Qoheleth in the Old Testament reminds us that these are things that all will pass away like a fog. It's here and then it disappears. Friends, if you've ever been in a funeral procession and you've seen a U-Haul following a hearse, give me a call, because we can't take anything with us. All we can take with us is the love that we've shared with one another in this life. And when Jesus says, be rich in the things that are treasures to God, I think he's talking about that charity, that love that we can show to people in our lives that we experience on a day-to-day basis. The man with the new barns and all that material wealth left this world and left all of that behind. What would have been valuable in God's sight? Maybe, instead of hoarding those things, sharing them with the poor and the orphan and those who did not. He would have enough to care for himself. I'm not saying give it all away, but give away the excess that you don't need to be happy. So, looking at the scriptures, we can ask ourselves, where do we find things of true value? St. Paul, in the letter to the Colossians, says that we should be focused and seek the things that are above. Paul writes in another place that the world, this world, and all that it holds is passing away. Okay? And nothing is going to last forever. So let's focus on something that is eternal, that brings us salvation, our new life in Jesus Christ. So what do we value? Where do we find our wealth? And is there perhaps a better, more meaningful way to handle the material wealth that we've been blessed to receive?